Monday. At least I think it's Monday. It's kind of like all of the days are kind of just melting together.
Where did December go?
I don't know. I don't know where December went. But Ray Petlin, you're joining me today, and this is your Talk Pittsburgh debut.
I've never done the Talk Pittsburgh. I've never had a chance to sit on the couch.
Yes.
That anybody knows about. I always check it for David's change.
Yeah,
falls
you probably
out,
could find all sorts of
anything.
things in this couch. But I love that you're here, and just to give a little bit of background on you, how long have you been doing the weather here at KDKA?
At KDK since 2018, so
okay.
7 going on 8 years. Longest place I ever worked.
Oh, I got it. And what got you into doing the weather?
Do you know what? Originally, I wanted to do radio, and then I got behind the scenes. I worked in Youngstown behind the scenes, and then I got a behind the scenes job in Cleveland that paid a little better, and then quickly went from Cleveland to Parkersburg, West Virginia, where I started off as a news anchor, but I got tossed into doing weather one day, and I liked it, so I went back to school for it, and the career just took me from Parkersburg to Erie to Pittsburgh, and I've never left.
Oh, I used to live in Erie too.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know that. That's great. Yeah. So I love how when you just, I guess, get thrown into a job, all of a sudden that's kind of how your career evolves. I think that's the story for a lot of people.
Do you know what? Like, people should take every opportunity and don't look at things negatively. Yeah. Just give it a whirl. They said, "Hey, Ray, do you want to help co-host the Talk?" And I was like, I've never co-hosted the Talk, but I'm going to take this opportunity, and who knows where it'll take me.
Well, and I'm glad you said that. Hey, Ray. That's what everyone says to you. Hey, Ray. When you come to the newsroom, hey, Ray. I love that. But when, let's say, for example, we had a lot of wind this morning, even some late last night, if I recall hearing. Do you get excited about that? Does that give you an adrenaline rush whenever we have like big weather news? I
do. The wind, you can hear that, but like when I predict snow, I always wake up early, like I'm waiting for a snow day, even though meteorologists do not get snow days. And I run to the window and look outside to see if it snowed and how much. And I get really excited about the weather. So I don't know. I love what I do.
Oh, that's good. I can tell when people love that you love what you do, because you have a great following. And so, hey, Ray is not only what people will say to you, but they say that for a reason, because this is this thing that you do on social media where you and your daughter answer some really cool weather-related questions.
Yeah, and it started off as just social media. Then we started doing the Saturday morning news with our Hey Ray segments, and we just answer questions because the big thing is we want people to, look up and wonder how things work around them. It's not just weather; it's all science things, physics in there, how things might work the opposite of what you would traditionally think. And this one that you're seeing the video of is how Santa has the ability to hit every single place on Earth. There is some science behind how Santa gets his job done and how time zones work, because in the North Pole, all the time zones converge. So when you're at the North Pole, you basically just, if you're up there exploring, or in the South Pole for that matter, you use the time that your home is, so you can just communicate with them, because all the time zones come together.
I'll remember that the next time I'm in the North Pole exploring. But it's cool that Santa has that science on how he gets around. But something that you did, you documented your daughter's her career goals since she was a little girl. You did this on social media, and it got a lot of attention. It went viral. You were even interviewed by CBS Mornings about this, and we're going to play a little clip of it just so people can see what we're talking about.
Okay, here we go. For the record, can you say your name and spell it?
Elizabeth Petlin, E-L-I-C-A-B-E-T-H-P-E
T-E-L-I-N. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A doctor, a teacher. Maybe a teacher, a doctor, or a magician. A million things. A waitress. I want to make a food place. A baker. Maybe a teacher.
Open heart surgeon.
Oh.
Open heart surgeon. Physical therapist. Physical therapist.
Physical therapist.
Physical therapist or nurse.
So that's your daughter, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
When I first saw this on social media, I mean, before it even went viral, it made my eyes water. It really did.
I was getting calls and texts from guys I know, like, what are you doing, man? You're making me cry. And then we just started getting calls from It's amazing how news people can find your number.
Yeah.
But calls from all over, like, and all over the world, like London, Brazil, South Korea, Australia. Like, I heard so many accents that week.
It was just so touching, and it was just wonderful to see how you're such a great dad and you document this journey and how the relationship that you have with your daughter. It was really wonderful.
Best job ever.
Yeah, I bet it's the best job ever. All right, so let's talk about your weekend. We like to do a little thing called Family Feed.
Uh-oh.
Yes, on Thursdays, but we're going to do it today on Monday. So how was your Christmas holiday?
My Christmas was amazing, but we did so many things that went by so fast. So you do, fun things and time flies. So that was the fastest vacation I've ever had. And got to see family, got to hang out with my family, just got to see friends and such. This is at my parents' house for Christmas Day. My cousins come over, and everybody has a nice Christmas dinner and presents. This is Christmas, my daughter getting her favorite shoes, so she loves shoes. And
Love that for her.
Then we go to this place called Cranex in Hermitage, PA. I've been going there ever since I was a kid, so we made it a tradition to take my daughter there every year, and we still do it even though she's 18.
Now, what is Cranex?
It's usually a garden center, but they have this big Christmas display and every Christmas ornament and light you could think of, so it's always been a special place for the family, so we go up there every year and go out to dinner afterwards. So, of course, there's some foolishness. We turn into big kids and have fun up there.
You have to.
So, but it's an amazing time, and it just went by so fast. I can't believe I'm back to work and we're ending the year.
We're here. But it sounds like you had a great time.
We did.
That's good. For me, it was all about Logan.
Oh, of course.
He had a fantastic time. He's not quite 2.5 years old yet, but his granny came through with the best gifts, so he got a Power Wheels.
He's even one-hand driving
He's
that.
one-hand driving. He just motioned right there. That was eat. So he wanted to make sure that I knew that he wanted to eat right
now,
after.
maybe he was telling you he was going to the drive-thru. Do you want him to pick you up something?
Or hop on the back of his bike, or but he had so much fun, and it's so good to just see the joy in his eyes. And that was the first time that he ever did anything like that.
Yeah, and
he wasn't shy about it.
Daredevil, and I saw the earlier present of him unwrapping the presents for that being his first Christmas where he's able to actually do that. He's like a pro.
He's a pro. He's
natural.
He loves it. Okay, so you host Katie Quiz.
Yes.
Right? You didn't know I was going to do this. But so we want to quiz you because we want to see how good you really are.
They give me the answers. Like, that's the thing. These kids are so smart. I get the answers.
But you look like you're smart too. So I
just play smart on TV.
Okay, well, let's see how well you play smart. So question number one is, this is from a speed round. This answer starts with the letter W. Energy and water breaking at the shore.
A wave.
A wave.
A wave.
A wave. There we go.
There it is. Awesome.
That's right. Look how
All right,
fast.
I was like, that's a science one.
Got that
I
answer
better
pretty
get that.
quick. Okay.
So that's a wave.
Question number two. This is a picture-based question.
Okay.
Sisters Amy, Beth, Meg, and Joe are the title characters of what author's 1868 novel, Little Women? I'm supposed to be helping you with this. I have no idea.
Okay. Louisa May Alcott.
Look at you.
Is that right?
Is that right? Ding, ding. That's it. Good job.
I wanted to say Jane Austen, but I knew that wasn't right. Like Pride and Prejudice.
Right, right.
But I knew that wasn't right, and I'm glad I picked the other.
You're 2 for 2. You're 2 for 2. You're doing great. Okay, question number 3. This is another from a speed round.
Okay.
This answer starts with L. A type of humorous poem that originated in Ireland and has the rhyme scheme AABBA.
That's
Here's,
ABBA.
ABBA.
Dancing Queen.
ABBA. Dancing Queen. Here's one of the most famous examples. There once was a man from Nantucket
Limerick.
who kept
Got it.
Yeah, you got it, Limerick.
Got it.
I didn't even have to read the whole thing. You're good.
I try.
I don't think you give yourself enough credit. Okay, we have one more.
This is the hard one, I bet.
Maybe. Question number 4. This is from the more or less round. There are 3 clues. I'll read all 3 here. But those of you watching at home, you can try to get the clues, as many clues as you can. So clue number 1, Harry Weiss designed many of the city's underground metro stations that have barrel vaulted ceilings. Clue number 2, the city's metro services 2 neighboring states, including the cities of Silver Spring and Arlington, but doesn't directly serve Georgetown University. I know this. And clue number 3, do you want me to keep reading, or you know? Okay.
It's Washington, D.C. And I know this because my daughter had a volleyball tournament out there, and while a bunch of people were Ubering, I was like, we're going to teach you how to use public transportation, and we use the metro.
You use the metro, right? And I used to live in Washington, D.C. The metro is a lot of fun.
Yes.
Because drivers can be kind of crazy down there. All right, great job, Ray. Okay. Well, since we're on our way to a new year, I think it's fitting to discuss what we want our 2026 to look like. Right. I'm glad we're getting started on this early here. There's a challenge going around on social media. It's called the No Negativity Challenge. Every day you'll have 60 to 90 thoughts. 90% of them are the same as they were the day before. And the goal is not to have a negative thought and not let something negative come out of your mouth for 1 week.
What?
Yes, for 1 week. Do you think this is going to be hard?
I'm going to be negative about that.
So just after 1 week, it starts to rewire your brain. Fascinating, right? 1 week, a whole week, right? I think you could do it.
I'm pretty positive.
But we asked Holly Wilbanks to come in and join us to help us discuss this and like how do you do this? How do you go a whole week without having a negative thoughts? What are your thoughts about this?
So first of all, this is a very real thing. It's not fluff. There are several legit studies showing that positive thinking can overall positively impact your health and well-being. So I believe in this very, very much. It's very interesting. I think a lot of people think that, doing some sort of, meditation journal or some sort of gratitude journal is helpful. And if those people find them helpful, great. I am not a gratitude journal person. Instead, my love language is acts of service. And so I have found that if I do one nice thing for somebody else every day, maybe it's give them a compliment, maybe it's, take on one of their little projects that they were supposed to do and that helps them out. Maybe it's just sending them a text message and saying, hey, I'm thinking about you today. Hope everything's okay. Let's catch up soon. That kind of thing feeds my positive energy, and I think personally has an impact on my health and wellness. And so that is something that people can try if you don't like gratitude journals.
Oh, I love this.
Now, I know you said 60 to 90 negative thoughts an hour or a day. That's like 2 to 4 an hour. How do you recognize that you're guilty of this?
It's very hard sometimes. We all have blind spots, right? So if you're having trouble figuring out if you're in a negative cycle or if you're just having too many negative thoughts, we recommend that our clients ask somebody that they know and trust who will actually tell them the truth, not somebody who's going to, give them fluff, and ask them, am I in a negative cycle or am I focusing on the negative too much? A lot of times we see people masking or trying to mask negativity with humor or sarcasm, and I have to be honest, it doesn't work a lot.
Yeah.
So if you find that you're trying to use humor or sarcasm to get through things more often than not, then that may be a sign too.
Oh, you know what? I think I love the fact that even if you're having a bad day or feeling negative, just change the focus and put it on someone else. Yeah, I love that.
Exactly.
I think that's easy enough. Thank you, Holly. Those are great
welcome.
tips. All right, well, still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, let's stick with the framework of a reset. If you're feeling stuck at work, you're not alone. Later this hour, Holly's back with smart moves women are making to keep their careers on track.
And what happens when you invest in families, creativity, and a future of a neighborhood? Discover how one local leader is helping turn passion into purpose and empowering the next generation. That's right after the break. A nonprofit working to enrich and inspire people in Hazelwood is getting ready to celebrate their 25th anniversary.
Wow, that's a big number. And leading the charge at the center of life since day one is Tim Smith. He was recently a guest on the Yins Are Good podcast hosted by Tressa Glover. And thank you both for being here. Tressa, you always find these amazing people. What stood out to you about Tim and his work at the center?
Oh my gosh. So it was about 1.5 years ago when I first reached out to Tim, and I had heard about Center of Life a little bit, and I had had some other folks in the nonprofit world say, have you met Tim Smith yet? And finally I said, it has to happen. And we met at Center of Life, and from the get, as soon as we started talking, your warmth and generosity and sincerity were just are so clear, and it's just who this person is. His spirit is so inspiring. And we had the best conversation and have connected. He was just on our live Christmas show that we did. I brought him back because there's a lot going on at Center of Life. But he literally has helped generations of youth in Hazelwood and changed their lives. And he's remarkable, and his team is remarkable.
And Tim, I mean, 25 years means you've been doing something right. What is the mission of Center of Life?
Well, really, our mission is to really give, to really empower people with the, resources, education, tools, things that they need to be strong so that they can make their community strong. We want to see people be able to control their own economy in their communities. And so access and education and information is really important.
Now, what type of people are coming to you, and what types of programs do you offer there?
So we have, the majority of the people who come to us are from Hazelwood, but we do serve probably about 40 other zip codes in the region, people who bring their kids to us and families to come to us, and we serve. And we do family strengthening. We do outreach programs. We have after-school academic programs, athletic programs, music and arts programs, community health workers. I always call the folks who work at at Center of Life the dream team, because I think that they do so many things that are just vital to lifting people up.
Now, you have helped many, many people out, and I think that's a big reward, and you probably get a lot of joy out of that. But sometimes you get recognition from places like the Steelers, and you were 2025 Inspired Changemaker named by the Steelers. How did you find out about that?
Corliss Waitman came to the church, came over to our headquarters at the Center of Life, and I didn't know what was going on. It was a complete surprise to me, but he came over with this big jersey that said 25, and on the back it said Changemaker, and my whole staff, I guess they knew about it, but they didn't say anything, so it was a complete surprise. But I was, I was honored and humbled, and didn't know what to do,
Well, you
still don't know what to do.
That's fine. That's perfect. You definitely are a change maker. And Tressa, you've had conversations with so many amazing people from our area. What stood out to you about some of the conversations that you've had with Tim?
Yeah, I think the fact, as I learned more and more about how Tim has been in this community, from as a child, this is his neighborhood, his community, and the love, as we have talked about, through generations, and what he has provided and continues to provide. And we talk about, you can't ever really measure the levels of, and what you have done, not just the things that you can measure, maybe how many kids have gone through, how many kids you've helped, but in the myriad ways that spreads out as they get older and what they pass on to those. I have chills talking about it. Talking about you.
I know, it's amazing. It's amazing to hear that you grew up in that neighborhood and you're still giving back. And I can see why people attach to you, for sure. All right. Thank you both for being here. Amazing. And congratulations,
Yes.
Tim. Yay. Can we get your autograph?
Oh.
All right, you can listen to Tim's interview on the Yins Are Good podcast. It's available on most audio streaming platforms.
All right, coming up on Talk Pittsburgh, comfort food. You know it. It's getting an upgrade in Heather's kitchen. She's showing us her spin on a dish every Pittsburgher knows and loves.
Are you feeling lucky or maybe just hungry? Yeah.
I'm one of those.
Yeah.
Heather's got a quick recipe you can pair with some sauerkraut on a good luck this new year. I think I said that right.
Yeah, it's fine. It sounds delicious either way. It's another visit into her home in today's Home Sweet Heather.
Cut your cabbage in half, remove the core, and then slice it up. Take one medium yellow onion, We're gonna need a bigger bowl.
If All Recipes says it's the easiest sheet pan dinner they've ever made, you know I have to try it, and my oven's ready. This is something we all know and love. We all grew up eating and still continue to add into our dinner rotations. We're just zhuzhing it up a little bit. Think about it like, you know, not reinventing the wheel, just adding some really cool hubcaps. But first, I'm not making dinner uncaffeinated. Let's have a cup of coffee. For you, Scott, and one for me. Cheers to dinner. Now we can begin. Really simple to start. Instead of a big bag of sauerkraut that you only have a spoonful of, we're gonna cut up some cabbage, as well as 1 onion. In our bowl, we have our rinsed cabbage, and we are gonna add in the onion that we have. And we're gonna coat all of this with some olive oil. The recipe calls for about a half cup. And we're also gonna make sure that it's nice and coated with salt and pepper. Give that a stir. The oven has been heating up to 375. We are gonna take a baking sheet, put down our cabbage and onion, and next up to this same bowl, throw in your pierogies. Do not hate me. I know we have so many lovely, lovely people who make homemade pierogies in our beautiful city. For the sake of convenience, much like so many other families, we are gonna use boxed frozen pierogies. With our pierogies in the bowl, we're now gonna coat these again with just a little bit of olive oil, more salt and pepper, just toss around, make sure it's all coated evenly. We wanna make sure they're not dry. The pierogies are going onto the sheet pan right on top of the cabbage and onion, making sure that this is kind of spread out evenly without making too much of a mess, which you know I will. And of course, the star of the dish, kibasi. Don't fight me on it. Kibasi. That's how you say it. Although, how do you open it? Packaging is hard for me. We're gonna take our cut up kibasi, put it onto the sheet pan right on top of everything else, layer it out, and then on top of this, don't run away. On top of all of this, we are gonna sprinkle with a little bit of Cajun seasoning and a little bit of paprika. I think they said smoked paprika. I just have regular paprika. That's all good. This is going into the preheated oven for 20 minutes, and then we're gonna flip the pierogies over and cook it for another 20 minutes. While we're waiting to flip the pierogies, we are gonna make up a little sauce to drizzle on top once this is all done. 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 2 teaspoons of honey, maybe a little extra. We're gonna put in, you know, I love my garlic. A little bit of garlic, salt and pepper, and 1/4 cup of olive oil. We're gonna whisk this up. Once it comes out of the oven, we can drizzle this on top. All right, this smells so good. Scoop up some of that cabbage, which is nice and wilted a little bit. Onions and some kibasi. I'm gonna just drizzle a little bit of this honey Dijon on top. You can put it all over the entire sheet pan, but I have picky eaters in my house, so we'll do it this way. They also suggested, and as we know, to put a little bit of sour cream on the side. So let's get one big bite. We have to get a pierogi too. Here we go. Oh, so hot. It's so hot. It's very good, but so hot. How about a smaller bite, Heather? Not the whole pierogi. Much better. Let's try this again. Smaller bite, pierogi, cabbage, onion, a little bit of sour cream, and we have kibasi. Here we go.
good.
Do you know how you get, instead of the burrito bowl? That's like a Polish bowl.
That's a
right
Polish
there.
bowl, right? I was thinking the same thing. You said you have the ingredients to do something similar at home.
Similar to that. There's some cooked pierogies in the fridge because we had pierogies for dinner last night. We have the sauerkraut and we have the pork. We don't have kielbasa, but we have the pork.
There's the pork.
And we always do that on New Year's Day.
You should put it all together. Yeah.
Crock
Make it all
pot,
together.
cook it up.
I love that.
Now Heather's recipe she had there, we're going to have a link to that on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.
I could taste it through the screen. I sure could. All right, ready to get cozy? Well, grab your popcorn and get comfortable. I'm running through the must-watch shows releasing this week, including the epic ending to Stranger Things. Don't go anywhere. Your popcorn plans are next.
Welcome back. We're wrapping up another year of great TV shows with a bang. From a musical New Year's Bash to the Queens of Palm Beach and an epic ending to a sci-fi phenomenon. Mikey, you have a lot in store for today's popcorn plan.
Oh, I sure do. First, we're heading to Nashville. Country music fans, we've got the New Year's Eve party made just for you. And you don't even need to change the channel. Well, Bert Kreischer and country music star Hardy host New Year's Eve Live, Nashville's Big Bash. It's a 5-hour extravaganza with a ton of performances, a countdown to midnight, and fireworks. Catch us one live on Wednesday night on CBS and Paramount Plus. Well, this next one is for the Real Housewives and all of us. Members Only Palm Beach is a nebby look into the world of the ultra wealthy and all the drama that comes with it. Take a look.
Your teeth are amazing. Thank you. Florida is status. If you aren't part of the in crowd, then you're not in at all.
I want it all. I want the best and nothing at all.
Hillary is the quintessential Palm Beach royalty, except for the 5 marriages, but
Hillary has been in Palm Beach the longest. I moved up in Palm Beach society pretty quickly, so I think that there's a little jealousy there.
Welcome to Palm Beach.
Well, the show follows 5 women as they navigate friendship and rivalries like old money versus new money. The answer to the question, who is the true queen of Palm Beach? Think a modern-day golden age set in Florida with a lot of drama. Members Only Palm Beach premieres today on Netflix. Finally, it's one of the most anticipated premieres of the year. Stranger Things wraps up its 5-season run on New Year's Eve. Take a look.
This isn't like one of your campaigns. You don't get to write the ending. Not this time.
He's planning to end our world. And he's not gonna stop until we're drained of every last ounce of suffering.
The final season is 8 episodes long, wow, and dropped in 3 parts on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the grand finale episode streams on New Year's Eve. You still have time to catch up or rewatch obsessively, so you'll get no spoilers from us. The 2-hour finale airs Wednesday night at 8 on Netflix. Well, those are your popcorn plans for this week. Lots of good stuff to watch.
Oh, Mikey, I am right there, ready to go with the Stranger Things finale. Like, I'm a big fan of that. Thank you very much for that. And still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, we're talking about career growth for women. A new study says it's slowing down. Ahead, we're tackling what companies can actually do to help women stay and succeed.
Oh, looking forward to that. But first, we're bringing back the lush greenery of a Pittsburgh summer. And Boaz takes us inside a garden that's blooming despite its foundation. Talk Pittsburgh. We'll be right back. Do you remember the lyrics? They paved paradise and put up a parking lot? Well, this next story is the complete opposite. Boaz takes us to a local garden growing full and green despite its rocky foundation.
When you visit this garden in Mount Lebanon, you're really visiting a few gardens. First, there's the fruit forest.
Yeah, this is kind of like a citrus grove. A Meyer lemon over there. We have a grapefruit. There's a finger lime. There's a plum and an apricot.
And there's more figs. I mean, do you have like 30 fig trees?
Yeah, it's a lot.
There's the herb garden and the nearby rose garden.
These are all David Austin roses.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're performing and sometimes they're waiting. And so just in time for you to be here, you do get a strawberry hill.
These gardens all belong to Andrew and his husband Alex. And it was a historic estate that inspired them to transform their lot into a series of garden rooms.
There's a place in DC called Dumbarton Oaks.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to copy that as far as the design.
Yeah.
And have like little discrete like zones.
The formal gardens at Dumbarton Oaks take up about 10 acres, while this series of garden rooms takes up less than 1/7 of an acre.
It's a trick, you know, those little houses with all those rooms, but like it's still a little
sort of
house.
bigger than the sum of its parts.
Exactly.
I want to mosey on over here because
Sure.
I've never seen is that a gourd? Quite like that.
Okay, it's a squash. It's called tromboncino, and I guess like
and
a
it's
trombone.
like almost as tall as I am.
There's bigger ones down there, but yes.
And then there's the vertical farm.
Another purpose of the garden is just food production. So we make raspberry jam. We freeze them for baking.
There's a tomato the size of my head right there.
That's an Atlas.
You see this thing?
Look
this
at
is
that
massive.
Atlas. That's an Atlas tomato. And then all the basil. I gotta make pesto. This is getting under control.
Yeah. If you're using every square inch.
Yeah, we're trying to do the vertical gardening thing too. Like you said, square inch and also cubic, like just go up so that we can cover more, because these guys take up a lot of room.
Yeah.
So if you go up, and same with the tomatoes, if you can train them, then you can fit more plants. We call it the Enoteca, but you just kind of come down and you're in this like cooler, sunken patio.
Oh, wow.
This is
such a different vibe down here. You've really created a magical little space.
So we've got black currants and gooseberries and red currants and black currants, and yeah, so that's kind of a hedge.
Here in the Enoteca, Andrew and Alex host dinner parties throughout the summer. So you're
You just put up bottles of wine. You know, it's like a Danish midsummer kind of party, yeah. And over here, we kind of have like our sitting area, you know, on the other side of the gooseberries and the currants. And this would be like more like moving into the fall, you know, when we want to do like the fire pit thing.
And the wildest part of these impressive gardens is that they didn't exist a few years ago. The woman who sold this property to Andrew and Alex had paved pretty much the entire backyard.
So yeah, it was a lot. I don't know. She had a camper, boats. Yeah. She ran a limo company.
Maybe she had like
I don't know.
All of the above, I think.
But they, so this is all, we had to dig this out and rented dumpsters parked here on the driveway and just filled dumpster after dumpster from Michael Brothers.
So when you moved in, what did the front yard look like?
Nothing real exciting, nothing native, nothing really for the pollinators.
A lot of lawn.
And a lot of lawn, and not awesome lawn.
Andrew mulched over that lawn and ordered a seed mix from a company called American Meadows. And pretty soon, that boring front yard was a lot less boring. And so what wildlife have you noticed out there?
Well, I mean, the chipmunks are biblical. I mean, they're just like, they're doing great. There's always so much for them to eat here. We have a song sparrow who's really just lovely. He lives in the conifer over there, but I see him going around getting seeds and goodies in the meadow. And then the goldfinches, they're the ones who say potato chip.
Yeah, do they? What does it sound
potato
like?
Chip.
That's what their call sounds like?
Maybe the audio will pick up.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you hear it over the cicadas, maybe you'll hear a potato chip when you're out there.
Joni Mitchell once sang about paving paradise and putting up a parking lot. These gardeners dreamed big and did the exact opposite. And it seems that the garden has thanked them for it.
Wow, that was amazing to see how he transformed that space. Thank you so much, Boaz. You can check out all of Boaz's garden stories on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh. Well, coming up, ready to hit reset in the new year. Before you dive into diets and gym plans, we're talking with a local doctor about healthy habits that stick and how to avoid turning good intentions into stress. That's next.
All right, we're smack dab in a season of indulgence.
We are.
And once we get past that, it's natural to want a fresh start. But how do we make healthy changes without going overboard?
Good question. Joining us today is Dr. Piper Carroll, psychiatrist at UPMC Center for Eating Disorders, to share practical tips for building habits that last and spotting the warning sign when things have gone a little bit too far. I think we all need this, and especially in the age of diet drugs, your Ozempics, things can go really far really quickly. What are some steps that people can take to stay healthy in the new year, the right way?
Yeah, great question. And it's exactly what you said, Ray. This is a new, fresh start, right? We've just been in this center of this age of indulgence, maybe eating a little bit more, moving a little bit less. And so we feel like we have to change everything for this fresh start. Yeah. There's a lot of media attention right now on things like Ozempic and Wegovy and losing weight that way. And I think people like to set really rigid goals for themselves when it comes to how we eat and how we move our bodies. The problem is sometimes we can get a little too rigid. When you're counting every single calorie in and counting every single calorie out, when you are not able to miss a day at the gym, no matter what, even if you're not feeling well, when you're no longer enjoying meals with your family and friends because you're thinking so much about what you ate and what it might do to your body.
It becomes an obsession almost.
Exactly.
And that can't be healthy.
Exactly.
It seems like it's a case where you need balance.
Balance is exactly what we're looking for. And I also like to think about function. So instead of setting a goal like, I want to lose this many pounds or get to this pant size, I think to myself, I want to be able to run a mile. I want to be able to spend an hour playing with my kids without getting winded.
Yes.
And so thinking about it that way, what's the function and how do I fuel my body and prepare my body to do those things I want to do instead of what do I take away?
Got it.
A lot of people like to think cutting out junk foods, and they forget that many things like fats and proteins are absolutely crucial for our bodies to function the way we want them to function. So we should never be cutting out food groups completely or limiting calories to a certain amount every single day. Really think about how do I fuel my body, what do I want to be able to do, and work towards that.
All I heard was run a mile.
Yeah.
Can you do that, Ray? Can you run a mile?
But after Christmas, probably
Hey, you can
not.
set whatever goal you want. You can walk a mile if you want, Mikey.
Okay.
Now, so many people like get started and they start to get in a habit, which is the good thing to do. But as mentioned, sometimes it can become a little much. What are some of the warning signs that you should pick up on that? Hey, maybe I'm being a little too much about this.
I mean, setting these goals for ourselves is great. It keeps us moving forward. It lets us know what we want with our lives. The problem is when we get so obsessive that we cannot deviate from the goal for a single day without getting upset. We want to be kind to ourselves. You know, some days I'm going to have that extra cookie after dinner because I wanted it and it tasted really good, and that's okay. Some days I'm not going to be able to make it to the gym in the morning, and that's okay. I'll go tomorrow. So remembering to be kind to yourself, forgive yourself if you're not perfect is really important.
I have a lot of those cookie days. Yeah, I do. Probably far too many, but really quickly, just what are some foods that we want to make sure that we're getting in? You mentioned fats.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that we have a well-balanced diet. At the Center for Eating Disorders, people are always asking me, but what about the unhealthy foods? How do I cut out the unhealthy foods? And I say, there are no unhealthy foods.
Oh, yay.
Foods are fuel. We need all of the foods. We want to make sure it's balanced. Yeah. We want to do all of our food groups. We want to fill our plate with different colors, and we want to eat ways that are going to give us all the nutrients that we need. Yeah. So there's nothing that's definite yes or definite no. We just want a balance.
Okay.
Doctor, thank you very much. And you can learn more about UPMC's Center for Eating Disorders at our website, kdka.com/Talk Pittsburgh.
It's all about balance.
Yes.
All about balance. Still to come on the show, more women are pulling back from the workplace, but you don't have to. Next, we're talking practical ways to stay ahead from finding mentors to making flexibility work for you. A new study says women are facing less career support and less opportunities to advance. What's behind the study and how does it impact women like us? Holly Wilbanks of the Wilbanks Consulting Group is here to break this all down. And we're hearing women are leaning away from work. What does that really mean?
So there's a recent study from McKinsey, the consulting firm, and it does show that women are leaning away. You know, this is the exact opposite of that lean in movement we saw for a long time. And what it means is it's not that they're leaving the workplace, it means that they're not going for promotion the way that they were going for promotions before. They're leaning away from those advancement opportunities.
Okay, and why is this happening? I can imagine what the answer is here, and I'm assuming that maybe it has something to do with family.
So you would think it might have to do with family, right? It's very interesting when you read the study. There are 3 key drivers.
Okay.
1, women are still not being promoted at the same rate as men. 2, they're not getting the stretch opportunities to get the skills to be promoted at the same rate as men. And 3, in recent years, workplaces are pulling back on the support systems that women have historically used to lean in and advance. Everything from flexibility, DEI, and then even things like clear career paths moving forward so that they know what that looks like and can make the choice to opt in.
Oh, that makes sense, because it's like you're putting so much energy into your job and hoping to advance and to be recognized for all of the work that you do. And if you're not finding it on a continual basis, you start to step back.
Absolutely.
That makes sense. Yeah, so there was something called the ambition gap. What's behind that?
Yes, so for the first time in over 10 years, we're seeing that women are making the choice not to go for promotion. That's what that ambition gap is. And let me be clear, it is not because women don't have the desire to grow or advance. It's because they see no clear path forward. They don't feel like they have the supports that even they had maybe even 5 years ago or just never had in the workplace. And we also see that in workplaces that have those supports in place, that have those clear pathways, that ambition gap narrows significantly.
Wow, that makes sense. And so what if you are in a workplace and you lack support? How do you find it?
Great question. There are some things that you can do as a working professional woman to help support yourself. That way, when you are ready and you do want to advance, you have the opportunity to do so. First, recommend creating your own personal board of advisors.
Oh.
It's your own support group. It's your peers. It's mentors that you have. And ideally a sponsor who you can go to not only with the challenges that you're facing within the workplace or as just a regular sounding board, but also somebody that you can celebrate the wins with, right?
And trust.
Exactly, exactly. We've talked several times about creating that wins list, right? And when you go in for that performance evaluation, you have that documented list of your impact, but you also ask for very clear feedback and clarity on maybe where you're missing the mark or what you need to do to get to the next skill or next level. That way there's no ambiguity, because if you're waiting for that, a lot of times we're seeing that workplaces aren't providing that clarity.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, you need to know your workplace benefits. You're probably only using a fraction of the benefits that you have, and benefits from childcare benefits to healthcare, time off, things like that. All of those benefits can really help bridge that support gap and allow women to grow and advance at the pace that they want to. And so if you haven't talked to your HR benefits representative in a long time, reach out to them, tell them what you're using, and ask what else you should be using as well.
Good tips, Holly. Good to understand the entire picture. Love that. All right, we're going to link you up to Holly and her team on our website. We'll be right back. This has been a blast.
It has.
So much fun. All right, coming up tomorrow on Talk Pittsburgh, AI videos featuring Mr. Rogers are popping up all over social media. And Pittsburgh isn't happy. Tomorrow, we're talking tech, trust, and how to protect his legacy.
Well, I hope I did okay for my first time hosting with you.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much. And you can see this again. It's going to be streaming at 9 o'clock tonight on CBS News Pittsburgh. KDK News at 4 starts right now.